All right, dude.
We got
Stop spreading
40
your fucking wide ass legs.
44 minutes.
Are we on? Are we on? I already forgot if we're on. We're on. This 44 minutes. Hey, set a 35-minute timer. This one.
Set a timer for 35 minutes. Hello. Welcome to the.
Oh, Christina said we should do like an intro.
Okay. Let's just do our thing.
Sorry, boss. We're just gonna do our
Let's just do our thing. Yeah, we can get
Welcome.
We need to like plan that.
Yeah.
We need to like
Well, later. We don't want to plan shit. We just want to float it off, just so everyone knows we don't actually read anything before we come in here. We just
It's all
pull off the dome or look at messages people sent us that we've asked for.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 3.
Yeah, episode 3.
Let's not forget, I got my nails done today.
Mm-hmm.
First time ever in my life.
I get a haircut on Sunday.
He just looks good all the time. I have to make things like this happen because I don't have any hair. That's why I'm wearing a hat right now. Just joking. We're in my office. Thank you, Tiffany, for always letting us use your office.
Yep.
Usually we use our podcast in there, but today we're in the Butts and Donuts office.
We are in the Butts and Donuts office. We are. How was the day?
Listen, Luke, let's not fucking go there right now. We got a podcast to do.
All right.
What do you want to do? We have questions. My phone's being fucking used. I can't even look at the hell the questions were.
You didn't look at them beforehand?
No,
okay.
I don't until I sit down. Literally until I sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. The questions are on the phone that we don't have because the phone's filming us right now. Yeah. Mike's fault.
Okay. I have something I want to talk about.
What do you got? It just comes up.
So this
No, just say it. What is it?
It's called
What do we
Win the Weekend.
Win the Weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I think most people struggle with when it comes to getting in shape or being like consistent with their nutrition when they're first starting is the weekend. It's Monday through Friday. You're usually working. You're not going out for dinner really. You're going out for drinks with friends. So typically, like most people, Monday through Friday are kind of on par with, making sure they're getting exercise, going to bed at the same time, drinking enough water, getting enough steps in, and then obviously exercising and and eating properly, right?
Okay.
So somebody can kill it Monday through Friday consistently. They're locked in, they're doing everything that they need to do, and then the weekend comes, because this is something that I struggled with for probably about the first 6 months having a coach. This was my biggest thing was like Monday through Friday I was good, and then the weekend would come and I would just go off. Like,
where do you think that started? Like Friday morning, Friday evening?
Probably Friday, I would say Friday evening, when
Friday
most people kind of get off work.
Yeah, because it's always like that, like when does it really start for someone mentally? Because it's
Yeah.
always like that, like when they stop work, when they get done with the day, Friday evening.
Yeah. I mean, and it also just like depends on the person, because like people with families probably doesn't really happen until like Saturday.
Okay.
That's kind of irrelevant, but if you can win the weekend, then you're going to see results a lot quicker.
Substantial and so much quicker.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Can I see your phone for a second?
Yeah.
No, I don't need it.
Oh.
Fun fact. I want everyone to listen to this number. The weekend. Let's count it as pretty much like, let's just go with Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So like 3 days. No, I think I did math wrong. That's almost 60% of the week.
Yeah.
I know this because I knew it was something high. Yeah. So if you just stop on the weekends and just go back to Monday through Thursday, pretty much, maybe a little bit of Friday, you miss 60%. So like, as he's saying, you win the weekend, are you kidding me? Like, even if it was just Saturday, Sunday, which is most people anyways.
Yeah.
That's 42%, 43%. Like that's almost half your progress in a sense.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that number out there because that's kind of like a realization number that people are like when they hear that, it's kind of like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. No. that micro just became a macro real fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, you can be...
So here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. Let's have some fucking structure here.
Okay.
What do you think is some things, and we can start with a list if you want, but if you just want to spitball it, how do you win the weekend? Listeners, what the fuck? Thanks for sharing about how to win the weekend, but I need some help, right? So, like, what do they do? Or what's like the first, like if you want to win the weekend, you're saying win the weekend.
Yeah.
What do you do? I want to win the weekend. What do you do?
I mean, I think the biggest thing when I think of that people can like focus on, especially if you're just starting and you don't want to like overwhelm yourself, is just at least make sure that you're getting enough water, steps, and protein.
Okay, so those are the
start
main
with
things.
the basics. Yeah, making sure you're drinking, a half gallon to a gallon of water each day.
It's debatable, but hydrate yourself.
That's why I said a half gallon to a gallon.
I know that's why people get.
I'm giving a broad range because getting enough steps in.
Movement.
Yeah.
Gotta move.
Whether that's exercise, walks, hikes, whatever it is.
Broad, like it.
And then just making sure that you're hitting your protein goals.
Protein goals.
Yeah.
What are some protein suggestions, Luke?
What do you?
How much protein do I eat?
I mean, it depends. It depends on the person. Depends on what you're doing, but
what's a broad
0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight.
I love it.
That's like bare necessities.
Sure.
Like the bare.
Yeah.
Like the low end of the totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
Like at least.
Yeah,
so if you weigh
150 pounds,
you should be eating
120 grams. This is it's one
on the low end. Yeah. On the low end.
That's the 0.8. That's the 0.8. Just try to get bare minimums.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah. Because then, I mean, if you just focus on protein, then you kind of give yourself a little bit of leeway for like, okay, on the weekends, like maybe you go out with friends and you eat at a restaurant and you have a couple drinks. Then that kind of gives you that like leeway to not like screw everything up, to screw up all your progress, because protein is hands down the most important macronutrient that you need to be consuming consistently.
And people don't realize this. It's actually one of the most satiating macronutrients, but people don't believe that.
Oh yeah.
Having just so everyone knows, having a carbohydrate and you think it's satiating because you eat a lot of it.
Yeah.
That's not satiating.
Yeah.
It's the stuff that fills you up and keeps you energized.
Yeah.
And protein is that source.
Yeah.
So
try eating 150 grams of chicken.
You know what I mean?
A day. Like, good luck.
So
it's tough.
We won't even get into like how to get that protein in there, because that's tough. And I will say, in my experience, in the 7 years, that's one of the most difficult things to instill and help people understand that that's fucking important.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because their day-to-day is always all over the place.
Yeah.
So hydrate. Mm-hmm. We're fucking over 80% water.
Yep.
Who says 70-30? That's like old school shit. We're even more.
Yep.
If you don't think water affects you, and it still boggles my mind.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah,
if your body is made up of 80%
Yeah.
water, why wouldn't water have a drastic effect?
Yeah. Right.
It's just consciously we don't fucking realize it. It's not like taking a hit of fucking cocaine and smoking weed, and you know what I mean? It's like it's so at a molecular fucking level that we don't sense it like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's so many things. I mean, your energy, like your mood, the way your body like processes shit, like everything, like so many things run off water.
So to win the weekend, the first 3 things people have to focus on, or should primarily start, is getting steps. Just move your body.
Just movement, whether that's like
exercise, workouts.
Yeah, or like in terms of just like getting more steps in your like day to day. Park further out in the parking lot when you go to the grocery store.
Okay, so now we're gonna find tips within the steps. I like this.
Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Like walk to the further bathroom when you need to go to the bathroom versus the closer one.
Yeah, just it's small things like that
Super
aren't gonna
small.
drive you fucking nuts. Yeah. Like let's not get it twisted. We're not gonna kill ourselves over this.
Yeah.
But like, do those small things. They add up.
Yeah.
They fucking add up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever you want, move.
Yeah.
First thing. Second thing.
What, water?
I feel like would be
just making sure you're drinking enough water.
Hydrate, man. We're made of water. Mm-hmm. It's got to affect us somehow.
Yep.
Ridiculously.
Yep.
Third thing.
Protein.
And I think, do you notice this, or is it just me? if I don't work out, I'm actually not that hungry. Or if I am, it's more like shitty foods.
Yeah, for sure.
But if I do work out, I'm actually starting to get real fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Like where I'll start to actually want to eat more food.
Yeah.
But I feel like people don't trust that until they start to experience that.
Yeah.
Like when they
100%.
listen to this, it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, but I can't eat that much food. 120 fucking grams, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because they start from such a high thing and they've never done that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah. Try
Getting
lifting
protein.
heavy shit, and then you'll be
So-
hungry as hell.
In the sense of like subsections of like the exercise, do whatever you want. But I would highly suggest resistance training, lifting weights in the gym or at home or whatever. But resistance training to really get to where you need to get a lot faster and more effectively.
No.
But if you don't have to, you don't. If you can't, you can't. You got to move.
Yeah.
3 though, protein.
Yeah.
How the fuck do people get protein in like that without eating? I don't want to fucking eat chicken and fucking rice anymore.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Well, I mean,
What are the small things like gas stations or fucking like grocery stores or small little fucking snacks that like, oh, I didn't realize this had much protein.
yeah. So I'm not like, in terms, I mean, I think obviously like supplementing it is the easiest way. Now, what I do and what I tell my clients is limit your like supplement of protein to just one source, one meal a day.
What does that mean?
So that means, let's say, for example, if you have 4 meals a day, like, okay. So I eat 4 meals a day. Only one of those meals can use a protein source that is not
An animal.
real.
Okay,
That's not like animal source.
You're just saying like try to only have one shake a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like whether that's like a protein bar and a shake, or you make like a protein like a smoothie, protein smoothie.
Sure.
With protein powder.
It's all in the relevance of like a fucking powder.
Yeah, something that's processed. Like a
Gotcha.
processed source of protein, only one a day.
Hmm.
Only one. Start with that. If you're having trouble getting in, as much protein as you should, one protein shake. So eat like 3 meals with like chicken, beef, turkey, ham, salami, whatever it is that you like. And then to like what I tell people is have like your last meal of the day, like an hour or 2 before you go to bed. Have that be like your protein shake.
Yeah, because it's
Or
satiating
or
throughout the
whatever.
night.
Yeah. 'Cause it's going to keep you full. It's going to help you reach, your goals.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I would tell my clients like have 2 shakes, but you gotta fucking learn to like work your way up. And that's only because the average shake's like what 25, 30 grams of protein. That's like your average shake.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have 2 of those a day. You're hitting 60 grams with 2 shakes a day.
Yeah.
Let's not even talk about the food yet. If we're trying to get 120,
Yeah.
halfway there.
Yeah.
It just helps them like, okay, cool. I can at least try to
Yeah.
fucking get these shakes in there.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't fuck you up, it's a different story. But like, you're halfway there with 2 shakes.
Yeah.
And then get into the nitty gritty with like, okay, 4 ounces of chicken. It's probably 20 grams.
Yeah.
4 ounces of steak. I know we're talking real bland here, but just try to fruitin them up a little bit. But just the options. And you got one more thing, and you're pretty much over 120, and you find,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the best. I think we talk about like meals in like one of the first or 2 episodes. Like, I don't know if we did, but sandwiches. I cannot stress.
I love sandwiches.
I cannot stress how good of a sandwich is in terms of getting like protein, especially if you use like Dave's Killer Bread.
I was gonna say, man, there's some breads that are fucking.
Yeah, because like Dave's Killer Bread, I mean, 2 slices of Dave's Killer Bread or a bagel has 12 grams of protein in it.
Fuck yeah.
Then you add like a slice of cheese, some like
Cheese has dope protein in case you didn't realize.
pepper jack cheese. I'm
Yeah.
on pepper jack.
So now we're getting like the protein in the fucking bread, in the cheese,
in the
and
cheese, and your animal protein, like
and the fucking meats,
lunch
man.
meat. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Don't get the processed shit because that shit's actually really awful for you.
What?
Get like real like lunch, like stupid like lunch meat.
Oh, really bad lunch meat.
Yeah. That's actually like awful. That's actually not the best for you. But eat whatever the fuck you want.
Well, and like the preservatives.
Yeah,
and all that
but like your regular lunch meal, you get like a bunch of ham and turkey and shit like that. Like, you just have how much protein do you think is in that fucking a sandwich? Like, granted, it might be a little calorie dense, but like not that much calorie dense. Maybe like 300 calories.
Yeah. When I make my sandwiches, that has like 50,
probably fucking
50,
fat as
50,
shit.
50 grams
Yeah.
of protein.
But like if you think about it,
is like
think about it. If you have the bread, the cheese, the protein, you're probably looking at like at least 30 grams of protein.
Yeah.
25 to 30 grams right there.
Yeah.
Right? And like, there's your 120 right there. Everything else now is just added. You'll want to try to get more than that, but making sandwiches easy.
Sandwiches.
Another thing.
Breakfast sandwiches. Oh, we could talk about sandwiches all day.
Another thing. It's finding small ways in our everyday life that doesn't take us extra time. Of finding foods that have the ingredients of a high protein source as an alternative, as long as it's not like fucking like not real food.
Yeah.
I'll always suggest real food over not real food, no matter how good the macros are.
Yep.
But like I put my egg whites. Listen, don't freak the fuck out, everyone. Everyone freaks out when I say this. They're 100% pasteurized, meaning you can drink the fucking carton if you want and not get salmonella. The side of the label says mix in with your smoothie.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. I've never done it.
All the time.
Yeah.
So 3 tablespoons is 5 grams. I put probably like 6 to 9 tablespoons. That's 15 extra grams in my bowl of cereal.
And it's a natural source.
So I just got 15 grams of protein in my cereal that already has 5, and it's a healthy cereal. I kind of really like it. It's from Trader Joe's. I forgot what it's called. But either way, you know, like my bowl of cereal now that had complete shit has, 15 grams. And that added up over the day. That's how you get it. It's not just trying to be like one fucking meal of like steak. It's like, yo, I don't want that anymore, man.
Yeah.
It's finding those small things.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because like I know I eat, and I know a lot of people that, like a lot of my friends, and like even clients, we all eat a lot of the same stuff because we eat what we like, right?
Yeah.
And it's easier to buy shit in bulk and then just make big batches and eat the same thing every day.
Mm-hmm.
I will literally eat the same thing for like 6 months before I change it up.
No,
so
too.
And like you said, it's literally finding, because there's so like bread, for example, English muffins, like sweet potato has protein in it. Like it's finding those little things that like add up, like outside of the animal proteins, that can really like let you hit your goals.
Yeah. I'm just getting lost. Staring off in the distance. No, so it's finding small ways like that, and that's where you have to finagle stuff. If you can get those small detailed things like that, it takes a little bit of effort at first because you gotta open your mind to see different things. And like for us now, it's not even like a question. Like I look at stuff without judgment, but I'm just like, this is gonna suit me better, and you'll hit those sources of protein without any options. Yeah. And you're also gonna understand more about calories and everything as a total. But how does this? So those are the 3 things, and I like those. I guess I'm going to throw some questions at you then.
Okay.
What's a good way to get my protein source when I'm out? I'm out with my friends. They fucking drink. They eat like shit.
I'm talking like restaurants.
Like when you not even just restaurants, but like ways to order food at restaurants and have it. Be a protein source.
So restaurants.
Not restaurants, but like if you're out, like even like if you're at like a pizza joint.
Yeah, I mean pizza is like.
You can get like gluten-free crust or what's
you could get cauliflower crust.
Like that shit has like protein in it, right? It does. No, trust me, it does.
Does it?
It does. Yeah.
Okay. I've never had it.
Yeah.
I've never had cauliflower crust. I know Costco has it.
How many grams of protein does a cauliflower crust have? What is the nutritional value for cauliflower crust pizza? 7 grams of protein. 7 grams of protein. I don't know if this has to be, obviously. It's 93 calories, so I'm assuming a slice.
Yeah,
right?
for that brand.
So 7 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fat, 2 grams of fiber. Like, I know it's pretty decent shit. Yeah. With, like, maybe some chicken on top.
Yeah.
Right? Like sausage on top.
Yeah.
A protein source. Don't just get fucking cheese.
Sausage. I get all the stuff. I get like ham,
the meats.
pepperoni.
You probably get the all meats.
I get the
That's
all meats.
exactly what Haley gets. She literally loves fucking
like
meats.
mushrooms,
pizza, all
black
meats.
olives, and pineapple. Yeah. Pineapple on pizza. Don't be a hater.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like think of like, yes, I know you're about to eat pizza. Don't fucking kill yourself over it. That's a whole different conversation. Yeah. But if you're gonna have a piece of pizza, as long as you still enjoy it, don't fucking force yourself if it's that bad. But trust me, it's not that bad. Get chicken on it. Get a barbecue chicken. Get friggin' a sausage, Italian sausage. Whatever. Try to get a protein source. Like focus on protein sources at every meal. Yeah. First and foremost, put your intention out for protein sources at all meals, and just go around that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like a big thing, like some tips, like for like when you go out to restaurants and stuff like that, to consume like less calories. Like if you go out to a restaurant that has chips, try and limit like how many chips you eat, because those are super like not satiating, but
They add up. Well, they're calorie dense.
what's the word I'm looking for when it's really easy to like eat?
Palatable.
Yeah, super palatable. Plus you have like 4 chips. That's pretty much a tortilla, right?
Yeah.
Plus it's deep fried. So that's one thing. Appetizers, like picking a healthy appetizer where that's like a tuna tartare, hummus, something that's not going to be, deep fried and have like a lot of, oil and all
It's
that
just
kind of shit
calorie
on
dense.
it. It's super calorie dense. When it comes to like your actual meal, like pick something that doesn't have, like salmon, fish,
Something to have, a
chicken,
protein source
like
first.
chicken, like steak with some type of like vegetable, and like if you want to do, a potato, like baked potato.
And that's the thing, like still eat your shit, still get your pasta, still get your stuff, still get your whatever, but focus on the protein source, because no matter what, you're still eating the calories, and you're not gonna. I've always said this before, and I love this quote. Quote me on this.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's the owner right there, Derek.
He's the man.
My favorite quote, I use this all the time. No one ever got fat eating protein.
Yeah, for real though.
No one ever got fat eating protein.
Yeah.
Yes, can you overconsume protein, and that means you're overconsuming calories, and yet you can gain weight?
Yeah.
Yes, it's possible.
Yeah.
But good fucking luck trying to do
I would
that.
love to see something.
I want to hear someone that comes to me right now and complains about, Mike, I got overweight, eating too much chicken and fucking ground beef and steak.
I would love that.
You're just not going to do that. Yeah. So go get it.
Yeah.
Like, get it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that completely.
No one ever got fat eating protein. And I'll say that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's unheard of. And even if you did, it's still small to none.
Yeah.
So if that gives you any boost, like, enjoy.
Yeah.
Find different ways.
Yeah.
So there's 3 things. Another thing, how to win the weekend. We got 12 minutes left.
Okay.
Let me think of something. Stay right there, unless you have. Don't.
Well, can I say something?
Oh well, if you're gonna, sure.
Or if you got it?
Well, it's gonna make me think about what to ask. I have to.
Okay. I mean,
I want to move on. Those 3 things. Are you gonna run off into the protein more?
no.
Or are you gonna say something different?
Yeah, but now I lost it too.
Really? Okay. No, so.
No, I got it. I think it also just really comes down to how fucking bad you want it. Like, I mean, do you really want, like, to lose weight? Do you really want to get in shape? I mean, do you really want to take your health more serious? Because, like, if you do, I mean, you're going to take the steps necessary to do those things. I mean, if you don't, then you're not going to. So, I mean, and, like, I think one thing that people don't really, they get lost in this whole process is like, yo, you don't have to do this forever. Like, you don't have to, like, go away from all the processed foods and go away from all your favorite foods that you like to eat, even though they're probably pretty bad for you. Like, this is not a forever thing. Like, I mean, like I said, it just really depends on what you're doing and how bad you really want it. Because if you really want to kind of change your lifestyle, change your body, lose body fat, and feel better, you're going to make it a priority to not eat all that shit food.
And you know what? Also, now let's go a little deeper.
Okay. Let's.
Who you hang out with,
No.
what you do on the weekends for activities, what you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
For substances. That could be people as well too. How you view your situation, what's going on. Those things are going to fucking affect whatever it is you're trying to do. Trust me. It's very woo-ha and woo and gray, and people don't want to fucking understand it and get it. But those things that are outside of the gym are going to catapult you and help you if you're trying to do the gym shit or you're trying to do the fitness journey, if you're really trying to better yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's going to stem from there no matter what. It's always going to. Whether it's a hard, whether someone's really like there's no comparison to like someone starting from here versus here in their internal struggles and their physical struggles and capacities. Everyone's at different starting points, and that's fucking life, and it's not fair, but that's just how it is.
Yep.
But focus on who you spend your time with, what you watch on TV. Like those things are going to affect you.
How you talk to yourself.
How you talk to yourself. Like if you're overweight and you hate yourself, like you saying you hate yourself isn't going to help anything besides perpetuate the cycle of you hating yourself.
Yeah.
And make you shameful and just go down this whole rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like somehow.
I mean, you kind of have to like change the story that you're telling yourself, right?
There you go, dude. Change the fucking narrative you keep telling yourself in your head.
Yeah. It's funny.
Because it's not true.
Yeah. I was listening to a video on that actually earlier today. And it's funny that we went there. So I'm glad that we did.
Yeah. We do. We tell ourselves fucking stories about ourselves.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, if you're somebody like you should know yourself. At some point, you're gonna get to you should know yourself well enough to know you can't put yourself in like certain situations. So like like he was talking about with the people you surround yourself with. If you know you're somebody that doesn't handle peer pressure very well, gives into temptation if somebody asks you if you want to do this and that, then you shouldn't be putting yourself in that situation to begin with.
Yeah, like try to get yourself
Yeah.
away from those situations at most. If that's what you like, you know what I mean? Like
If
if that's
you-
you're gonna feel like
Yeah.
that. Trust me. There's someone who's under peer pressure.
Yeah.
Every time they go out, they're probably gonna be like, fuck.
Well, I mean, I handle peer pressure pretty well. I don't give a fuck about
And as
saying. I don't care about saying no to people, but I
But
mean,
it's still- you still-
But some people, I know a ton of people that struggle with that kind of stuff. That are just like, for whatever reason, they feel like they have to keep up. They're gonna like if they say no, then nobody's gonna like them.
Which is all real deep shit, but those are all the conversations.
But I mean, to kind of go a little bit deeper, I mean, if the people that you are surrounding yourself with give you shit for saying no to doing things that like you don't want to do, then I mean, I hate to break it to you, but you should probably find better friends, or you should probably get rid of those people for sure. Because if you're around people that don't want to see you succeed, and like there's obviously many different ways that you can succeed, but for this purpose, like if you're around people that don't want to see you like get in better shape or take your health more serious, then you 100% got to get rid of those people.
And this is the crazy thing.
100%.
Let it right into this. Most people, it's hard as fuck to do that because that's all they've known.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you permission right fucking now. It's okay to change in other people that you've been around with forever. Mm-hmm. They could be changing also, just not in the fucking way you're going. Yeah. And it doesn't resonate anymore. And, times change and work schedules change and things kind of just, how they say work themselves out? That's kind of what happens in that. Mm-hmm. And that's okay too. Don't force shit if that's not what you really want. And it's okay to let a best friend go, right?
Or a family member.
Or I was just going to fucking say that. Or that, if it doesn't meet you.
Yeah, blood is not always thicker than water. I mean, you can have family members, and then that you've obviously had your whole life, and I mean, then you can meet somebody, and in the span of minutes, moments, hours, that person could care more about you and want to see you do better than your family ever had.
Yeah, it's and that's the hardest thing because when people see that, right, that's where the change either occurs or recycles itself. Yeah. And it's fucking really hard to do that.
Yeah.
I was just.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you always hear like family is everything. Family is this. Like, never give up on family. Never turn your back on family. But like, I mean,
that's the thing. You can never be a definite.
Yeah.
It's always open.
Yeah. A family member can always fuck you over.
Yeah.
Or not have your best interest in mind, and like, I don't give a damn if they're family. Yeah. Like, if somebody's bringing negativity into my life and they're a family member, I cut them off. Like,
and that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because not everyone is going to view the world through our lens.
Yeah.
And they don't want to understand how Luke views it through through his lens. So they'll just project and talk shit and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then until we have to cut them off and realize who the fuck we are to take control of that. But that's the thing, though. People aren't going to fucking... They're not going to love your life more than you love your life. They're not going to want to do it. Like, they're not going to be ecstatic and all these things. Like, you know, it comes at a price to a degree. Everything has consequences. Everything has, you know, what goes up must come down. Everything's going to have a this or that. And that's one of them that comes along with it. Unless you're lucky enough to have people around you that really support you through and through. But most of our lives, we all have shit to deal with, and that's usually what happens. So it's really... So what you're saying is there's a lot more than just the protein.
We got pretty deep there. Yeah, we went off on...
No, but that's the thing, though, because it is. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And this is great. I love that this contrast right here of like... Because... That's the thing that's going to really create that foundation to do the things we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a progression of, okay, you focus on these things, like just focus on the basics. And then once you get the basics down, then you can kind of like move to that next level. Because if you focus on everything at once, it's going to be overwhelming, and you're gonna feel like, oh, I can't do this. There's all this stuff that I'm like juggling around. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this. Like I'm trying to cut all these bad people out of my life. Just start with the basics. Start with the things that you can control in your like daily life, or in the weekend, because we're talking about the weekend. But
I just had an inkling that I didn't press record, and I was like, "Are you gonna be fucking kidding me?" So I keep going.
Yeah. Start small. Like start
just those steps.
Trying to like small steps in your life. Small changes in your life will lead to like bigger things, because you'll master that, and then you'll move on to the next.
Yeah. I mean, don't kill yourself over it, especially when you fuck up, right? Don't kill yourself over it when you don't meet yourself exactly at 100% of perfection. Like that's the thing I know will happen to anyone, everyone.
Yeah.
And that's when you just talked about like how you speak to yourself, right? Because these are the things that are going to build you even stronger and get that internal, that mindset, that growth, that internal growth. That's those things that are amazing, actually, that people see them as, you know, harsh things, but they're learning through things too. Because you're going to fuck up. You're going to overeat, or you might overeat. You're going to do whatever. You're going to drink, and you're going to have fun. You're going to do this, and then not like it. It's not resenting yourself and shaming yourself, and then getting stuck in that perpetual cycle. Because again, it's not just the gym stuff; it's that stuff that keeps you going around of not going to the gym.
Well, and like just not being like too hard on yourself. I think taking it one day at a time, not letting. So if like let's say, you know, you have a bad day, the goal is, it's okay to have a bad day. Like we all have bad days, whether that's mentally or, you know, we're just not feeling it physically, or you know we do something, you know, we said we weren't going to do for like in terms of food or whatever. The goal is not to not have a bad day. The goal is to not let one bad day turn into 2 days, turn into 3 days, turn into a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months, a year. That's the goal.